All right, guys, here with Briton Cody from Wage War, and the first question is going to be a hard-hitting question. Robbie from Godsmack wanted to know if you guys gave his dog a backstage pass at a concert a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Is that what you
we
guys,
were just talking about that. We never knew if it got to him, but yeah. We played Amalie Arena with them in 2022, and this beautiful dog was just roaming the hallways, and we're like, we got to give a little present. So, yeah, we gave him a tour laminate from our tour at the time.
Hard-hitting questions, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, that dog is welcome at any Wage War show. So
It's funny because I saw him.
So is Robbie.
Yeah. I've known Robbie for years, and I say, tell me something about Wage War. He goes, I think they gave my dog a backstage pass once.
Yeah.
I thought for sure you guys would look at
All
me.
access to the Wage War camp for sure.
Yeah, that's great. Well, congratulations on the record, man. What a vicious album this is. I mean,
Thank
really
you.
cool. And do all of you guys have the tattoos of the album cover? Like with the nails?
Well, 4 of the 5 of us do.
I was going to say, because I saw, one of your bandmates.
Yeah, we all have or most of us have Wage War somewhere on our body. And then when this record came out, we were in Nashville, and I have a buddy named Butch who tattoos. So what time we could, we went and got the nails which is like significant to the record. So
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, just a killer record.
Thank you.
So, I mean, explain that cover, just with the 5th album and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't per se a title track, but there's a song in there called Nails, and the S is a 5, which is what is it? But yeah, it's kind of significant of being our 5th record, and the meaning behind Stigma as a record is we wanted to make something that transcends out of boxes, and that's why we made 10 entirely different songs. So there's straight up rock songs, there's metal songs, there's industrial, new metal. We really wanted to do our part on a lot of different styles of music, and so the 5 nails represents our 5th record, and the chain that surrounds it is kind of us breaking through that oh well, you're a metal band or you're a metalcore band or whatever, so you can only ever be that. It's no, we want to keep going, we want to keep exploring, and that's truly the meaning of Stigma and the album artwork as well.
I was going to ask you, what do you think of the term metalcore? Are you guys fans or did?
I feel like it's different from when I started listening to metal. Metalcore for me back in the day was Killswitch Engage, As Lay Dying, bands like that. But it's really evolved now. You're hearing more metalcore acts or whatever that's come out of that world, like us, Bad Omens and stuff, on the radio. So I do think it's morphed a little bit.
What do you mean?
I feel like it was a little bit more on the crazy riff side back in the day, and now it's a little bit more put together. You have crazy radio style choruses and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, we love being we definitely came up a metalcore band, and we will always continue to be a heavy band. I think people can use that as a way to pigeonhole artists sometimes, where it's just no, you can only ever be this band, when it's we're just expanding the genre the best we can, you know what I mean? But metalcore at its roots is metalcore riffs and hardcore parts, which was breakdowns and heavy riffs. So yeah, I mean, for all senses of the word, yeah, we exist in there.
And you're talking about the record, and of course, Nail's killer song "Magnetic" and stuff. But Tombstone stuck out to me because it's I mean, you probably heard this before, but I'm listening and I'm wait a minute, I've heard this before. Obviously,
Yeah.
You guys big fans.
Oh yeah, the movie. Yeah, we so we did that song at my house in Nashville, and I have a TV above my studio monitor. And we were just kind of looking for any inspiration. We knew we were going to write a heavy song. And so we just put the movie on 6 times. We didn't obviously the line at the end is from the movie.
Right.
But we just kind of used the imagery from that, if you will. It's not about the movie, but we were just oh, cool, let's pay into the gambling side of things and the West and, Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday. But it's 2 of our favorite movies. Somebody actually got Briton a signed Tombstone poster signed by all of them.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I want to get out there to Tombstone one day and the OK Corral. You guys been out there?
We've never been, no. We want to, though.
Did you see the series that just came out on Netflix about Wyatt Earp?
I have seen it. I haven't watched it. Chris watched it, our bass player, but he said it's awesome.
Yeah, it's killer. That one and Mr. McMahon.
I don't think I've seen it.
Vince McMahon.
Okay.
I'm just giving you a hard time, but that was the Wyatt Earp one's really killer. So we were just talking about growing up in Central Florida and stuff. Where do you guys get your your musical chops from? Where does that come from?
I love old metal, Pantera, Metallica, and stuff like that. My dad grew up listening to Skinner and Molly Hatchet and things like that. So
all the stuff from Florida, like we were just talking about.
Yeah. Kind of those Florida bands, and just growing up around rock. Then I heard bands like Slayer, and then Pantera and Lamb of God. I'm oh, I want to try this out. So like we have that heavy side, but I also love like the more melodic sides of rock also.
I was gonna say the first time I heard Crazy Train, like that was the trigger. What was your guys' trigger? What was yours?
Our front of house guy, he always rings out the PA with Thriller. It pisses me and Briton off so much. Love this song, but trigger for me, it's hard to say. I grew up on like Christian music. Like my parents are both musicians and worked in churches and stuff. So I started off on like Christian rock bands like Switchfoot and bands like that. And I think the first time I heard like a metalcore record, which for me was As I Lay Dying, and it was like these melodic, like heavy riffs, and that was like the moment where I was like, I want to do this, and I like, started like picking up guitar and like teaching myself how to do different things. And as I get older now, I just like keep looking back, which is why songs like Tombstone exist on our record. It's like that song for us is us looking back at like, all right, cool, Slayer, Pantera, Metallica, like that whole style of like maybe instead of going for the breakdown, going for the riff. You know what I mean? So
yeah, change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much do you think that this record has advanced your guys' careers? It seems like it's almost brought you to another level.
Yeah. Well, thanks to you, we have a number one, which is amazing. Magnetic went number one about a month ago, and so that has been incredible for us. It's cool to see like the bills that we're on these days as far as like bands that we get to be associated with. Like I said, we always will hold ourselves as like a heavy band in that because that's what we love. But we love the melodic side of things too. And so I think for this record, and we just started our headliner yesterday, but it's cool to see of all the different songs that we play, how they connect with like different parts of the crowd and like how diverse it makes our show. And I think we have a catalog now where depending on who we go out with, we can go out with the heaviest of the heavies or like, you know, the most straight up the middle like active rock band. And I feel like we have a place where we can do our thing and stand out, but also like not be a sore thumb on a bill. So
yeah, just sitting here talking to you guys, I'm just thinking about our friends from I Prevail from right here in Detroit.
Love those boys. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, it's kind of like the same kind of dichotomy. It's two singers.
100%.
Yeah. But anything else you guys have coming up this year? I mean, you just said you're starting a tour, and what else is going on with the Wage War camp?
Yeah, so we just started our headliner. We'll be out yesterday through November 3rd. You can check out tickets and dates at wagewarband.com. We just announced we're going to Europe with Papa Roach.
Oh, that's cool.
January, February, so super excited to hang out with those guys. Some real big shows on that. Got a lot of cool stuff next year, obviously just in the pipeline, and that will come out when it's time to come out. But for now, we're just excited to be out on the road. We've got the biggest, best show that we've ever brought out. It's very thought out, wide set list, a lot of moments. So we're really proud of it and kind of have been focusing all our energy on that and giving the record the attention it deserves.
Now, when you guys are writing songs, do you write songs and think about what it's going to look like on stage?
I feel like we do now. I feel like the early stuff we wrote, like
We're not taking that into
yeah, we would go into rehearsal. I'm like, how do I sing this? Like, I don't have enough air in my lungs to sing this whole line. But we definitely take that into account now, for sure. Just like, can I actually perform this song?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like some of these artists, you know, now they're getting a little bit older and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, can you hit that note anymore? Can you play that note anymore?
Oh yeah, it's about time to start dropping keys for sure.
Well, thank you guys so much for stopping and talking with us, and of course being part of Riff Fest. And yeah, it's tough. You know, I was looking for stuff to talk to you guys about, and I Googled Wage War, and a lot of things come up. So
yeah, careful. It's a dicey time to have this band name.
That's right.
It's really fun having that name when you have a bunch of gear with that stuff on it in the airport.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like, oh, what is this?
Nothing like a road case that's locked with padlocks that says Wage War on it. People love that, especially TSA.
Well, the guys from Wage War from Florida here in this Detroit weather playing Riff Fest tonight with 101 WRIF. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us.